Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 5th and 6th of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is SMART, which stands for Supersonic Missile Assisted Release of Torpedo System, recently seen in the news, is developed by which organization? Here answer would be A option, DRDO. Full form is the Defense Research and Development Organization. They have conducted a successful test of the SMART system recently on 1st of May 2024. From where? From Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island that lies in the state of Odisha. Okay. So this test validated advanced mechanisms like symmetric separation and velocity control, and our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh along with DRDO Chief Dr. Samir V. Kamath praised the SMART team. And SMART is a next generation lightweight torpedo delivery system that would boost Indian Navy's anti-submarine capabilities, featuring a supersonic missile carrier with a 643 kilometers range and a 20 kilometers lightweight torpedo. Okay, so your correct answer is DRDO. DRDO has developed this SMART system. Fine. Our keyword would be missile, and in the next slide we will see some of the important current affairs regarding missiles. What is Army Tactical Missile System recently seen in the news? It is a kind of surface to surface artillery weapon. Okay. Next is Rampage missile, recently seen in the news, has been developed by which country? This missile belongs to the country Israel. Recently, which country has tested the Pyongyang-1-2 anti-aircraft missile? It belongs to North Korea. What is the official name of Israel's operation for intercepting drones and missiles that were launched by the Iran? The name of this operation is Operation Iron Shield. Okay. P-800 Onyx missile, recently seen in the news, as developed by which country? It has been developed by Russia. Okay. What is the theme of International Labour Day 2024? First of all, when do we observe International Labour Day? The 1st of May marks International Labour Day, and it is celebrated worldwide, including in India, to honor the contributions of the labour movement. It originated from the 1886 Chicago labor strike demanding an 8 hours of work day. Okay, so it gained significance after the Haymarket incident, and further in the year 1889 leaders from 20 nations established this day as International Labour Day. Okay, so this year the theme is ensuring safety and health at work in a changing climate, and this theme focuses on workplace safety and health amidst climate change, which emphasizes ongoing challenges faced by the workers globally. Okay, so this question is very important from your exams perspective, because International Labour Day has been asked many times in the examination that when do we observe this day? Answer would be 1st of May, and this year the theme is ensuring safety and health at work in a changing climate. Let's talk about some of the important days and themes. Which day is celebrated as World Tuna Day every year? This day is observed every year on 2nd of May. Which day is celebrated as National Panchayati Raj Day? Answer would be 24th of April. What is the theme of World Book and Copyright Day 2024? This day is celebrated every year on 23rd of April, and this year the theme is Read Your Way. Okay. Which day is celebrated as National Civil Service Day every year? National Civil Service Day is observed every year on 21st of April. Okay. And last question is, what is the theme of World Liver Day 2024? The theme for World Liver Day is Keep Your Liver Healthy and Disease Free. Okay. You have to tell me when do we observe the World Liver Day. Next is, recently which Indian company signed a memorandum of understanding with Norwegian firm to implement floating solar power technology in India? This is NHPC Limited, which is India's premier hydropower developer. They have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ocean Sun. Okay, Ocean Sun is a Norwegian tech firm that is specialized in floating solar solutions, and the agreement aims to explore the joint ventures in deploying the Ocean Sun's innovative floating solar technology by utilizing the hydroelastic membranes. Okay, so NHPC's commitment to the sustainable development and the renewable energy expansion is reinforced through this partnership, which aligns with its portfolio diversification into the solar, wind and green hydrogen project. Okay, so NHPC Limited has signed this MOU with a Norwegian firm named as Ocean Sun. Why? So that they can implement the floating solar power technology in India as well. Okay, here our keyword is company, and now let's see some of the important companies that were in news. The first one is Phi 3 Mini, which is an artificial intelligence model recently developed by which company? This model has been developed by Microsoft. Which company recently introduced its most capable large language model named as Llama 3? It has been introduced by Meta. Recently, which company has become the third largest silver producer globally? It is Hindustan Zinc Limited. Okay, recently it became the third largest silver producer company. SEMA, an artificial intelligence gaming agent recently developed by which one of the following company? SEMA is an artificial intelligence gaming agent of the Google company. Recently, which Indian company launched their first artificial intelligence unicorn named as Krutrim? Krutrim is India's first artificial intelligence unicorn, and it has been developed by the company Ola. Okay. India will host the 2025 BWF World Junior Championships in which Indian city? Here correct answer would be Guwahati in the state of Assam. India will host the BWF World Junior Championships 2025 at the National Center of Excellence in the Guwahati. And it was announced by the BWF, that means Badminton World Federation. It marks India's first hosting since 2008 when this event took place in Pune. Okay, so the specific dates for the 2025 edition will be disclosed later. So India will host this championship in the city of Guwahati in the state of Assam. Fine. Now let's see some city related current affairs in the next slide. Which city becomes the first city in India to install 210 artificial reefs in India? This is the city of Mumbai. They have installed the 210 artificial reefs. Recently, which city is being established by the armed forces as the country's first, India's first tri-service common defense station? This would be Mumbai. Okay. Recently, Nepal has declared which city as their tourism capital? Answer would be Pokhara. Pokhara is the Nepal's new tourism capital. Recently, Kundan Green Energy has received approval for a 42 megawatt hydropower project at which city of Uttarakhand? Here answer would be Okhali. Actually, Kundan Green Energy secures approval for a 42 megawatt hydropower venture in Okhali in the state of Uttarakhand as a part of their 80 megawatt agreement with the state government with an investment of 1000 crore rupees, and it targets completion by the end of 2028, boosting the company's hydropower capacity to 270 megawatt from 104 megawatt. So a subsidiary of Kundan Group is committed to India's renewable energy goal of 500 gigawatt by the end of 2030, employing the sustainable practices for a greener future. Okay, correct answer is Okhali in the state of Uttarakhand. Recently, India has initiated Project Ishan in which city? Where Ishan stands for Indian Single Sky Harmonized Air Traffic Management. Correct answer would be Nagpur city in the state of Maharashtra. And India has initiated this project in Nagpur. Basic aim of this project is to streamline air traffic management by consolidating India's 4 flight information regions into a single system overseen from Nagpur. India's airspace is currently divided into 4 FIRs and a sub-FIR at Guwahati, and these FIRs are controlled by India through Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, with a sub-FIR at the Guwahati. Fine. Also, India shares its FIRs with 12 neighboring countries that are around us. Okay. So, India has initiated Project Ishan in the city of Nagpur. Next is, recently India has agreed to train the civil service personnel of which country from 2025 to 2030? Correct answer would be here C option, Bangladesh. Indian government renews an agreement with Bangladesh to train 1500 Bangladeshi officers from 2025 to 2030. It is signed by DARPG India and the Bangladeshi Ministry of Public Administration. Okay, and this pact emphasizes mid-career capacity building for Bangladeshi civil servants. Also, during a 3-day visit, which is led by V. Srinivas, who is secretary in DARPG, the agreement was finalized, which focuses on field administration programs. Okay, so India has agreed to train the civil service personnel of the country Bangladesh from 2025 up to 2030. Now let's talk about some international current affairs. The first one is, which country's parliament recently passed a new law criminalizing the same-sex relationship? This country is Iraq. Iraq has passed a new legislation according to which the same-sex relationships are crime there in their country. Recently, which country has launched a new currency named as ZIG? It is released by Zimbabwe country. Z is for ZIG and Z is for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has introduced their new currency. Basic aim is to stabilize their economy, and the ZIG is backed by gold reserves. It replaces the depreciated Zimbabwe dollar. Initially, it was launched electronically, but physical banknotes and coins are now in circulation. So this move reflects ongoing struggles to address the Zimbabwe's enduring economic challenges. Okay. Next is, Kanke Santhurai port recently seen in the news is located in which country? This port lies in Sri Lanka, and the Sri Lanka's cabinet has approved renovation of this port, which is entirely funded by our country, India. This port is located in the northern province and it spans in about 16 acres and it is 104 kilometers from Karaikal port in Puducherry. The decision underscores the efforts to enhance the connectivity and infrastructure in this region. Also, a direct passenger ship service links the Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu to Kanke Santhurai, covering the 111 kilometers in around 3.5 hours. Okay, correct answer here is Sri Lanka. Recently, 26th World Energy Congress is organized in which country? It was recently organized in the Netherlands. Atacama Desert, recently seen in the news, is the driest desert in the world. It is located in which country? This desert lies in Chile. Okay. The next one is, Patta Chitra paintings recently seen in the news are associated with which Indian states? Correct answer here is West Bengal and Odisha, that is B option. Actually, in West Bengal, Swarn Chitrakar is a revered figure among the village's scroll painters, and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently praised Odisha's Bhagyashree Sahu, who is another Pattachitra artist, on his show Man Ki Baat. So Pattachitra is a traditional cloth-based scroll painting which is originated from Odisha and West Bengal, and it dates back to 12th century. Okay, so Patwas depict the daily life scenes which are accompanied by different songs, and Pattachitra serves ritual and souvenir purposes in Odisha, which forms a key part of Bengali narrative art, right? So Pattachitra paintings are associated with which two states? Odisha and West Bengal. Okay. Now in the next slide we will see some of the important products that got the GI tags in this year only. The first one is Tiranga Barfi. Recently got a GI tag, belongs to which city of UP? Tiranga Barfi has got the GI tag recently and it is a product from Varanasi, UP. Mata Bari Pera and Pachra recently got a GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? Both of these products belong to the state of Tripura. Mata Bari Pera is a kind of sweet dish and Pachra is a kind of textile. Sanji Craft recently got a GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? It is a product from UP. Ratlam Rewan garlic, which has recently received a GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? This garlic has recently got the GI tag and it is a variety from Madhya Pradesh. Naraspur crochet lace, which has recently received a GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? This lace has got the GI tag recently and it belongs to Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Which state recently launched a digital water distribution system for agricultural fields? Correct answer here is B option, Rajasthan. Rajasthan has introduced a digital water distribution system for agriculture employing the Barabandi, which is a fixed turn method for canal water distribution, and this new online Barabandi system has been developed by NIC Jaipur, which allows scheduled irrigation supply accessible remotely. So farmers can track water flow to their fields, reducing the manual errors, and this innovation aims to optimize water usage and enhance the agricultural efficiency there in the state of Rajasthan. Okay, so Rajasthan has launched a digital water distribution system for the agricultural fields. Let's see some state related current affairs. The first one is, recently the Bru community participated in the Lok Sabha elections for the first time as voters from which Indian state? Bru community has participated in the Lok Sabha elections for the very first time as the voters from Tripura state. Recently, which state government's food safety department has imposed a ban on using the liquid nitrogen in their food items? This is the state Tamil Nadu. A Lagar temple recently seen in the news is located in which Indian state? This temple lies in Tamil Nadu again. Dongria Kont community recently seen in the news belongs to which Indian state? This community is predominantly found in the state of Odisha. Recently, India's first multi-purpose green hydrogen pilot project was inaugurated in which Indian state? This project has been inaugurated in Himachal Pradesh. Next is expanded program on immunization, which has recently completed 50 years, was launched by which organization? So the expanded program on immunization marks its 50th anniversary, which is initiated by World Health Organization in 1974. It is renamed as UIP in India in 1985. Now it offers vaccines for 13 universally recommended diseases and 17 context specific ones. Okay, so global DPT coverage surged from 5% in the 70s to now 84% in the year 2022. Smallpox has been eradicated, although polio remains in Afghanistan and Pakistan. In India, the coverage grows yearly, reaching to 76% in 2019 to 21. So immunization boasts significant returns. Predominantly, it is delivered through government facilities, right? So it has recently completed 50 years and it was launched by World Health Organization. Let's see some organizations that were in news. First one is Patenting Trends in India report, recently released by which organization? This report has been published by NASSCOM recently. Recently, where was the meeting of defense ministers of Shanghai Cooperation Organization held? Your answer would be Astana in the country of Kazakhstan. Recently, which organization has been conferred the Outstanding PSU of the Year award? This award has been presented to Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Voyager 1 spacecraft, recently seen in the news, is a space probe launched by which space organization? Answer would be NASA. Recently, which organization has developed India's lightest bulletproof jacket? This is DRDO. Okay. Which country recently introduced the world first laws regarding internet connected smart devices to protect against the cyber crime? Correct answer here is United Kingdom's. UK government has implemented groundbreaking laws mandating minimum security standards for internet connected smart devices. Here basic aim is to shield the consumers and the businesses from hackers and the cyber attacks. Fine. So manufacturers are now barred from employing weak default passwords like admin or kind of 12345 etc. Fine. So users will be prompted to change any common password upon device startup, which would enhance the overall security measures. Okay. So here correct answer is B option, UK. Now here our keyword is first, and now let's see some current affairs regarding first in news. Recently, which port has been approved as India's first transshipment port by the Shipping Ministry? This is Vizhinjam port. Okay, it has been declared as India's first transshipment port by the Shipping Ministry. Recently, which country has appointed Colonel Addison Napio as the first defense advisor of India? This is PNG, that is Papua New Guinea country. Recently, who became the first woman Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University? This is Professor Naima Khatun. She is the very first woman Vice Chancellor of AMU. Okay. Next one is, recently which Gulf country launched their first ever Hindi radio broadcast? This country is Kuwait. Who becomes the first Indian to venture into space as a tourist on the NS-25 mission of Blue Origin? Answer would be Gopi Thotakura. Fine. The last question is, which country is the host of the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting and the 26th meeting of the Committee for Environmental Protection? Here correct answer would be India, that is B option. India will host the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting along with 26th meeting of the Committee for Environmental Protection in Kochi in the state of Kerala. Okay, from when? From 20th of May up to 30th of May. So it is organized by Ministry of Earth Sciences through the NCPEOR. What is it? National Center for Polar and Ocean Research. And these meetings aims to foster the global discussions on Antarctica's environmental conservation and scientific collaboration. So a consultative party operates 2 research stations and it enacted the Antarctic Act in 2022. Fine. Correct answer here is India. India is the host for ATCM 46 and CEP 26. Let's see some of the important host related current affairs. Recently, which country hosted the Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscape Conference? Answer here is Bhutan. Next is, recently, which country hosted the first International Rainbow Tourism Conference? It is Nepal. Recently, which institute hosted the International Chess Federation rated chess tournament? This is IIT Madras. Recently, which country hosted the G20 Second Employment Working Group meeting? Answer is Brazil. And last is, recently, which institute hosted the webinar on Viksit Bharat Corporate Governance for 2047? Answer is IICA, Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Miruza Hatsana signing off.